Ooh, boy, this was a game. This was a game worth watching, and it's shown a lot. Um, it's shown a lot of what the Thunder are capable of, but also what the Thunder aren't doing as well. A top-notch game. It went down to a wire, but of course, in the end, the Golden State Warriors walk out the winners. They go 41 consecutive wins at home, second longest streak in NBA history. This was a game to watch, truly to watch. This really ensures me, even though they lost, this ensures me that the Thunder are capable of beating this team. They are capable of beating the Golden State Warriors. It's just that there are so many things that are lacking, which I will get into. So, Golden State Warriors win 116 to 108. Thunder. Let's see. It was pretty much a going a back and forth, but mostly Golden State just running amok, and the Thunder's trying to figure out what to do. They when it comes to tempo, um, they are on par with each other. Is very on par with each other. They can match each other tempo wise. Westbrook, he don't care if he misses or not. He goes at you, and this is what I expected of him. For the most part, he was holding Steph Curry down. Steph Curry only ended up being a playmaker for everyone, not a scorer much, because in the beginning, since the first half, he was been pretty much put down by Westbrook. Kevin Durant stepped up big time. He stepped up big time. Even in the first quarter, Golden State Warrior, the Thunder stepped up big time, just piling a whole bunch of numbers on them. Of course, Golden State just took over. They just took over, and they put on a very high scoring game. Even in the second quarter, it went back and forth, but ended up Golden State having more of an impact, which would lead into what I'm saying is one of the things that the Oklahoma City Thunder is lacking is defense mentality, knowing what to do. They know how to play defense. It's just they can play defense, but just don't know how to play defense. They know how to play defense mentally. They know how to play defense togetherness. As a group, they don't know how to play defense. They don't know how to work against pick and rolls. Even though the pick and rolls weren't they were stopping the pick and rolls. It's just that decision making for individuals, because apparently Klay Thompson and Draymond Green can easily just make layups, and they've been doing that the entire game. And you're wondering, how can you just let these guys pass you by? You have Serge Ibaka pretty much beating a defensive no-show, almost a defensive no-show. He has some moments, but overall, he pretty much didn't have much of an impact this entire game. They pretty much made Serge Ibaka useless. Adams, he had a very good impact. Can enter and Kenter had a much bigger impact than Serge Ibaka on defensively. Um, and I have to shout out Westbrook. Westbrook and Kevin Durant again. They stepped up big time. But I'm hoping if when they end up facing Golden State, maybe if they end up facing Golden State in the playoffs, which I hope they will, which I believe they will, they need to play more togetherness with the other players. The players need to be more involved. Um, because I feel like Dion Waiters could have contributed more. I feel like Serge Ibaka could have contributed more. He could have spaced the floor just like Draymond Green was doing that to him. Draymond Green having solo one-on-ones with players and he's taking advantage of them. You could do the same thing with Serge Ibaka. Just help him spread the floor, help him play inside. Just work hard and just mix things up a bit because for the most part, Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook was playing pretty much shooting the most. And the only person out of those two was Cantor. Stephen Curry, he didn't heat up until the second half where he just pretty much went ape shit. Harrison Barnes was pretty much the guy to look to in the first and second quarter of the game. Also, Klay Thompson as well because he was having his moments too, but he started to slow down, especially in the third quarter. Um, they pretty much slowed him down and pretty much stopped him. But then that's when Steph Curry, because that's the thing about these Golden State Warriors. If they stop Stephen Curry, they ain't gonna stop Klay Thompson because they're all putting most of their effort to stop Stephen Curry, and then they neglect Klay Thompson, and he just goes off anytime he wants to. He could get off just as much as Stephen Curry if he wants to. That's one of the biggest benefits of being the Golden State Warriors because you always have someone to back you up. The bench of the Golden State Warriors did damage, super duper damage, super duper. Um, it's just that they were hammering them. Space was hammering them. Iguodala was hammering them offensively and defensively. Barbosa, Livingston, surprisingly, he was getting off on Serge Ibaka as well. It was just a great work from the Golden State Warriors, especially people coming off the bench. They showed out big time, and this is one of the key things that every team should know when coming to the playoffs. Sooner or later, your bench needs to step up because there's going to be a point where your starters are not going to have their moments, and you're going to need the bench to take the load off of them while they're off on the bench because that's something that is a problem for Cleveland. That going pretty much San Antonio has been known to have a great bench that have done this for the playoffs multiple times. Now you're seeing Golden State Warriors doing the same thing. Um, just so I'm just gonna wrap things up. Overall, Oklahoma City Thunder needs to check how to play how to play together. Truly know how to play together. Know how to play together offensively and defensively, especially defensively, because there are times where it should have been easier for them to guard these players. They had their moments. They have plenty of moments, but there's just a point where they just have a brain freeze, and they just don't know what to do. What decision should I make? Should I step in this way? Try to block him off the into the baseline. Um, keep him inside, or just pretty much push everybody outside the paint because that's one of the biggest damages the Golden State Warriors did to the Oklahoma City Thunder. Surprisingly, it was pretty much the inside game except for the outside game. The 3-point shots, the Oklahoma City Thunder was able to hold them down. That's a big, great thing they have done. But inside was a problem, and I hope they can actually get this done and actually figure out a way to mentally fix themselves so they when they face them, which I believe they will have stand a better chance at beating them. So overall, this is this team probably played the best out of any other team against Golden State Warriors, and Oklahoma City Thunder should be proud of themselves. Not overall I'm proud of them because they lost, but know for sure that you have a chance. Put the nail in the coffin and actually pull something off, big time. So I'm gonna close this off by stating the stats. I'm gonna go for the Golden State Warriors. You have Stephen Curry leading the team with 26 points, 10 assists, 6 rebounds. He was pretty much a magician because he was crossing people up. He was crossing Ibaka up. Kevin Durant at the end. Klay Thompson playing well with 18 points. Um, Bogut was in foul trouble for most part, so he was pretty much useless. Draymond Green playing good defensively. 14 rebounds, 6 assists, 9 points. Uh, Harrison Barnes, 19 points. You have Iguodala giving you 8. Spades giving you 15. Barbosa giving you 9 points. And Livingston giving you 10. Pretty much the bench was a big show up this game. Kevin Durant for the Oklahoma City Thunder had 40 points, 14 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 block shots. This guy showed up defensively and offensively. Serge Ibaka, 8 points, 3 rebounds. Pretty much he was utterly useless. He was not much used in this game, which is very surprising. I hope they use him more. Serge Ibaka, Steve Adams had 12 points, 8 rebounds, 2 block shots. He showed up defensively. Dion Waiters, they didn't use him enough. Basically, use him as the pretty much the person to carry the ball up, to pass it to Westbrook or Kevin Durant. Russell Westbrook had 27 points, 12 assists, 3 steals. Pretty much, he was a knack. He was just in your face, pretty much going in, even though he was missing a lot. He was pretty much ruthless and aggressive, and this is something that they need. Like, just keep going what you're going because pretty much he was trying his best at doing everything. He was going for loose balls, everything. Enes Kanter um, had 14 points, 15 rebounds. Pretty much, he was much bigger of an impact than Serge Ibaka defensively and offensively. And everyone else from the bench, what can you say? So I'm just gonna cut this off. This was a very good game. I like what I saw. Um, this is something to be looking forward to for everyone. So I'm gonna close this off and pretty much say good night for everyone. Tomorrow, Super Bowl. Super Bowl. I'll be covering that, baby. So, showtime here. This is NBA Talk. I'll see you tomorrow. Super Bowl next.